Something big just happened, guys. I know that this is not my usual wheelhouse, but I feel the need to express it. The French cast of Apex Legends unanimously rejected generative AI training agreement. Now, they were all due for, re-upping. So I'm going to go over real quick what was said in the translated version of Pascal Chemin, it's Wrath's VA, who had posted a statement. It said, before being even called in for a recording session for a video game, the studio sent me and 31 other VA in the casting a mail containing an annex of confidentiality and hand over directly from the publisher. I needed to accept these terms before I'm able to go to work. When I read through it and asked for legal advice that specialized in audio-visual confirmed it, that these terms were not acceptable. I am now forced to give up the role that I'd been working on for nearly 6 years. In no way could I force the rest of the cast members in doing the same, but one thing was certain, if we all refused, it could have maybe had an impact, otherwise it would have been in vain. Without hesitation, the other 31 VAs all refused to sign this annex. We wrote a collective letter of refusal that we sent to the publisher, and we are waiting for an answer. If we aren't united now on that clause that protects our voices, that can be officially added to our contracts. And not just for us, but for every video game dubbing studio. We'll never get one, and we'll be headed for a disaster. Of course, to refuse to work in Present Day is nonsensical. There's barely any work to go around for some of us, if any, and we are increasingly struggling with money. Yes, a salary would be welcome, but we aren't simply asked to work. We are asked to give up our expertise to train the generative AI that will replace us tomorrow. We are asked to agree to what we specifically fight against. We are asked to shoot ourselves in the foot. We are asked to support AI. Now, she doesn't name Apex Legends, but all the other French VAs that she tagged in the Instagram post also work on Apex, and Apex did come out 6 years ago. Now, this comes in, like I was saying, that people are going to try to replace everything with AI. And that's the problem, is that, let me tell you, a little bit of my own theories, my tinfoil theories here. So voice actors are meant to make things sound as natural as possible, right? Now the thing is that children will be playing these games, and adults, and sometimes children and adults repeat these lines. And can you imagine if they're repeating AI lines that are unnatural? So now everything sounds incredibly unnatural to the human ear, because we're going to be using AI voices instead of just Apex Legends has the fucking money. I don't want to hear anyone in my comment section talking about how they need to save money. Well, you know what? Maybe they need to spend money, okay? I know that people are on that game, just throwing money around, okay? They got money. It's like Riot. They got money. They can pay their voice actors. It's craziness that everyone wants to jump in on this AI thing so they can replace those people later down in the road, and it's a hot mess. Because I just saw on Reed Southern's Twitter that there's finally data on AI directly being the cause of the loss of art jobs. And this is, I consider this an art job. It requires a skill that is unique that you have to work on. And people are like, oh, well, why don't just hire actors? You know what we're headed for? We're headed for everything looking, appearing, sounding the same. That's just my 2 cents. Because have you guys seen the stuff people put out? They put out what ifs and mashups most of the time. They're not putting out anything unique or special or interesting. It's empty-headed nonsense. And so they'll use AI to write scripts. They'll use AI voices to do this. They'll use, it's imagine everyone's using the most, I love Troy Baker, okay? He's my favorite. Imagine if someone took Troy Baker's voice and made it into an AI and then decided they were going to put it into a game. And they're not going to hire Troy Baker anymore. People are just going to use his voice over and over and over and over and over again because people got the right to literally something that belongs uniquely to you. Ew. I love Troy Baker, don't get me wrong, but I don't want him in every game. I want him in every game. I want him in the games that he auditioned for. Can you just imagine? Putting Troy Baker in every role, putting Tara Strong in every role, just putting all of these most popular people in every role because those are what's popular. Everything looks like a AAA title. I think that the idea of democratizing art and all these things we'll do the opposite, because everything will start looking like the same. Sounding the same, looking the same, acting the same, playing the same. You're not going to get a unique experience. And if everything is the same because it's the most popular and looks the best, like, you're going to have to actually do something so high quality that it's actually going to be harder for people to rise up above the shit. But that's just my opinion. I want to know what you guys think of this. I just made this video willy-nilly. And if you like, please comment an X, because we're tired of this shit. And I'm taking commissions over on VGen. I do line art flats for $12, or I will look at one part of your world for $7. And I have a Patreon where I have loads of my writing, loads of my art stuff. I have so much over there. Some stuff behind the scenes, it's free. And there's also paid stuff. And if you really want to support the channel, you can do that on my Patreon. For members, I have added new emotes, and I wanted to thank Elise Angelic for being my first patron, and I really appreciate her. And thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one, guys.